What up, good people? Good morning again. Yeah, man, I just remembered that today is my pop's birthday and I just had to go off to just send a, wish him a happy birthday and the party today. So after handling that business, we can get down to our business now, can we? So today, well, last night, what I predicted is coming. Let's So last night, what I predicted months ago, what I debated the angry man. Yeah, shout out to the angry man. What I debated the angry man on and told him that, hey, this ain't gonna end well. And what did he tell me? Hey, Soros has done it. There's been other billionaires before who have done it. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's just go through a few news articles this morning. Okay? We have the BBC, Musk Trump fight, the tech billionaire and the president trade barbs. That's not like Barbies, ladies and gentlemen. That's barbs, like barbed wires. That's sharp words. Or should I say sharp tweets? They're both Twitter fingers. They both have their own social media platform, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing on the right side, coming from the great US of a billionaire since the 90s. His name has been known and etched in pop culture since Home Alone and WWE. Became president in 2016. We're talking the sitting president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. And from the left side, coming from South Africa into Canada and into America, where he has through Silicon Valley gathered a few billion over Bill Gates, we have the Rocket Man, the Robot Man, the Electric Man, Elon Musk. So let's check out the history. Let's see what they have in the history here. Hmm. Okay, I have a clip here. I can't play it of obvious reasons, but maybe you can hear it. Oh, so here we're getting to the root of the matter. It's all about the new BBB. You know, after all the BBLs, Trump came up with his BBB. Now let's look it up. What is Trump's BBB? Trump Big Beautiful Bill. What is it and why is Musk so angry about this? Why is Musk willing to let his relationship, his in with the White House, die over this bill? Well, let's just finish the video first. I keep getting ahead of myself. Forgive me, guys.
about everything, and I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here.
By the way, those pauses is tweets from
I'm very
Elon Musk.
disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
So that's and they have a picture here of the Doge father standing in the Oval Office next to the sitting president, Trump. Now, okay, we have a summary here. The tensions between the US President Donald Trump and tech billionaire Elon Musk have reached a breaking point, and the bromance is over between the world's most powerful leader and the richest man. For more than a week, Musk has been trashing Trump's signature piece of legislation, a spending bill. Good, they provided a link to it, actively lobbying against it. On Thursday, while meeting the German leader in the Oval Office, Trump spoke candidly about his disappointment with Musk. In response, Musk launched a series of extraordinary, well, I would say it's ordinary in his book, on X, suggesting without evidence that Trump appears in unreleased files related to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That's the red button. Musk pushed the red button. Hey guys, by the way, welcome. You'll share, you're welcome to share the stream, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you just want to kick it and listen, yeah, you can just kick it and listen and enjoy the dope stuff. If you have anything to say, any of your thoughts, I'd like to hear about it. In response, Musk launched a series of extraordinary attacks on X, suggesting without evidence that Trump appears in unreleased files related to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Trump shot back several times, saying that Musk went crazy and was asked to leave the administration. He also threatened to cut government contracts with Musk's companies. Again, not very smart of Elon. I mean, ish. But I digress. Amid the fighting, Tesla's stock price dropped a significant 14%, lowering Musk's EV giant below the 1 trillion threshold. They were over the 1 trillion valuation mark? Wow. But Musk has walked back from an earlier threat to decommission a crucial SpaceX spacecraft used by US astronauts. The public feud comes after Musk last week officially left his government post, where he was tasked with rooting out excessive spending through Doge. Okay. Now here, the red button is this, right? The Epstein. And here I see another article from Bernard Debusman, reporting from Washington. He said, earlier today, Musk suggested without evidence on X that Trump had appeared in unreleased files held by the government related to the late billionaire sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. In response, a source familiar with the matter has discussed Musk's allegations about Trump and Epstein as nothing new, as the administration already released the Epstein files with Trump's name included. Interesting. So the administration has already released the Epstein files with Trump's name included. The source has also questioned why Musk has aligned himself so closely with the US president if he truly believed he was deeply involved with Epstein. I had the same question. Like, why are you blowing the whistle now after you've had a spat? Now you're gonna air that now he's a monster that was trafficking kids. But just a week ago, everything was all good. Just a week ago, huh? When you were homies and buddy buddies, and you had your kids around that man, like you literally had little X. Wow, can't believe you still call him that. Yeah, you had little X around that man repeatedly, and you thought he was a sex offender. But now, come on. Anyway, the article concludes to say Epstein was arrested in July 2019 on charges of sex trafficking and died by suicide while awaiting trial. Trump was president at the time and said he knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him, but had a falling out with him a long time ago. Yeah, man. So let's see. There's some reactions from the people.
Each of them thinks that they're God's gifts to mankind. Looks like a lot of petty fighting, a lot of male hubris, just out on display. I mean, the odds of actually guessing what's going to come next has never been as weird as now.
Yo, sometimes I gotta love America. The people, I don't know where they get these people from. But yeah, man, it's so weird. This is also weird. But I, I I already saw what was coming months ago. Trump is gonna eat Musk. He's gonna just eat him up. Musk is not exactly the most popular person in the world right now, or in America. Not with the people, not with the government, not with his other business people. Like, this guy has maneuvered himself into a corner so badly. But let's go on. Let's listen.
How fast it's going downhill? It is pretty impressive. I think just with two very extreme, intense personalities, it was kind of an inevitable that something was going to be the breaking point that kind of pushed them apart. It's really messy, and I think it maybe gives a bad look for our country, unfortunately. I thought it was kind of interesting because, they're friends, but I guess they're not friends anymore, so it's kind of like a bad breakup. It lets you know that no matter how tight you are, you're still going to have differences. I go home and argue with my brother right now. We're still going to love each other, though. That relationship.
Still gonna love each other though. That's a brother saying that. So what does that mean? Do you think it's just a little spat between lovers? A minor inconvenience in an otherwise long and prosperous relationship, or is it uh, a fling, something that they shouldn't have even began with? I'd say it's an abomination that they shouldn't have ever met in the first place, but here we are. Again, I remember Trump calling Musk like basically a welfare baby, like a subsidized baby. Without all the subsidies, all his companies would be worth nothing. That's Trump. That's what he said. It's actually quite weird to see him, to have seen them like be all buddy buddy.
Relationship was doomed, just like so many of the other relationships that happen between the president and other people at that level. I think it is just ego now. And so I would say, no, it's not going to be something that's just going to get resolved like swept under the rug. I think it's two egos going at it, and they'll probably just go at it till God knows what to do with it.
What does it mean? Goes at it till what? I mean, this is the president of the most powerful nation in the world. You know, so it's like, how does how does Elon think he's gonna come out of this? He's got government contracts. That's a double-edged sword. That means that just a certain mandate, and he's been in Doge, so he knows that. just some certain mandates and the contracts are gone, and more than that, seizure. I'm thinking seizure. Why don't they could just seize all his companies and freeze his assets on some, forgive the pun, trumped up charges. Huh. But okay. But let's see another article here. So that was the BBC. What about the New York Times? We got the New York Times, we got the CNN, uh, we got the Guardian, we got Fox News, and Forbes and CNBC. I think those are enough. Okay. And finally, Reuters. Reuters. By Nandita Bose and Andrea Shalal. This was updated 2 hours ago. Trump Musk feud explode with threats of cutting contracts, backing impeachment. Okay, so this is how this plays out, right? I mean, the end game is this. Trump's Elon's end game, the only way he can win is to impeach Trump, right? I mean, he's still got like, what, 3, 4 years. Trump's end goal would be, yeah, just humiliate him, cut his contracts, maybe even seize some of his. I don't think Trump is that vicious. He's ruthless, but he's not that vicious or petty, to go after, to like want to put him in prison or anything. But he could. I bet you he could. That guy has so many lawsuits. So many lawsuits. Unlike Theranos went to jail, right? What was the other? Volt, was it? The tracking company that was also fraudsters. And they have done way less fraud than Elon. So if you wanted to go after him, yeah, you can put him under the jail. So, okay, so this is Reuters, and they say, summary. Trump says Musk just went crazy. Musk claims Trump would have lost in 2024 without his support. Debatable. I would say Musk actually backed the winning horse. Again, Musk, come on, bro. Remember, Dos Santos was your first pick, right? So, and he couldn't pass in the primaries, so you backed the winning horse. So he was already going to win without your help. Actually, I think you did more to tarnish his reputation than anything. But I digress. Tesla shares dropped 14.3%, losing $150 billion in market value. Sometimes when Andrew Tate and all of them say money is not real, this is what they mean. $150 billion. What? Because people found out that Musk is crazy. Like they didn't know that before. People are just finding out that his personalities aren't suited to working together. They're just finding out that now. They're just finding out that now. It's crazy. But anyway, Washington, June 5th. President Donald Trump threatened on Thursday to cut off government contracts with billionaire Elon Musk's companies, while Musk suggested Trump should be impeached, turning the bromance into an all-out brawl on social media. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The hostilities began with Trump. Oh, wait. That's sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The hostilities began when Trump criticized Tesla CEO Musk in the Oval Office. Within hours, the once close relationship had disintegrated in full public view as the world's most powerful man and its richest launched personal barbs at one another on Trump's Truth Social and Musk's X. See, like I said, everybody got their own social media, so it's a war of titans, basically. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Trump posted on Truth Social. See, we're going back to that again. I said Trump called him a subsidized, puppy long time ago. So he's been keeping this in the back pocket or in his breast pocket, because they wear suits. Wall Street traders dumped shares of Musk's electric vehicle maker and Tesla closed down 14.3%, losing about $150 billion in market value. It was Tesla's largest single-day decline in value in its history. That's 14.3%. That's what? That's about Musk's whole net worth, right? Yeah, 150 billion. I mean, that guy really, in a sane world, he should be worth about maybe 50 billion. Makes sense. 50 billion makes sense. Why do I say so? Okay, look at who else is the richest. Let me just digress for a minute. Allow me to jump off the ramp for a little bit. For a little bit. Permit me this little diversion, detour. World's richest. Jamie, pull it up. Who's the world's richest man right now? So we're going to Forbes real-time billionaires list. We got Elon Musk, right? 300. Wow. Wow. $335 billion? Really? Okay. But this is okay. What product of his do I use? I don't really use X. So I don't drive a Tesla, nor does anyone in Tanzania or Africa really. No, I don't use Neuralink. No, I don't use what's it the satellites thing. I don't use it. I don't use the tunnels. I don't use the solar panels. You'd think solar panels. If this guy with Solar City would use them in Africa or something, but no. So nothing except for X, which was Twitter, which he bought. Nothing. I use nothing of his, and he's the world's richest. That's insanity. Mark Zuckerberg, 241 billion. Now him I can understand because Facebook, Facebook, Instagram. I don't think he bought YouTube, but I use those. I don't really use Facebook, but like that. But it's kind of like the backbone of Instagram and other social media sites. So I understand that. Jeff Bezos, I don't really buy stuff off of Amazon, but I can understand it. Larry, Google, of course. Bill Gates. I'm using a Windows PC right now. So you see, out of the five world's richest, the richest man in the world, I use no product of his at all. At all. That's how insane it is. It's a meme stock. It's really A meme stock. This guy was the Doge thing. It was literally a meme, and you guys allowed him to. Okay, so Larry is in Oracle. Oracle, I know it's a software thing. What product do I use? I mean, cloud database. So it's like the behind the scenes mostly. I think database management cloud application. I use it. But yeah, Musk, the richest man in the world. I use nothing of his. I don't really use X, so it really doesn't count. That's how insane it is. Okay, now getting back to the article. Again, Trump said the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Trump posted on Truth Social. Maybe I should check out Truth Social. Wall Street traders dumped shares of Elon Musk. We did that already. Minutes after the closing bell, Musk replied yes to a post on X saying Trump should be impeached. Trump's Republicans hold majorities in both chambers of Congress and are highly unlikely to impeach him. See, that's what I'm saying. What is this guy? He just says things, he just says things in the most inopportune times, in the worst climate. He just says things and he has no strategy. My gosh. Okay. I don't want to be, because I don't want to be a hater, but it's just baffling to me. It is baffling to me. The trouble between the two started brewing 2 days ago when Musk denounced Trump's sweeping tax cut and spending bill. The president initially held his tongue while Musk campaigned to torpedo the bill, saying it would add too much to the nation's 36.2 trillion in debt. Interesting. Interesting that Musk is so concerned about the nation's debt. Really? Is he concerned about the nation's debt? I'll leave that to you, listener. Without me, Trump would have lost the election, wrote Musk. Hey, do you need to see me on camera? Is that better? Yeah, for this portion, you'll have me on camera for this portion. So he says, without me, Trump would have lost the election, wrote Musk, who spent nearly $300 million backing Trump and other Republicans in last year's election. Such ingratitude. In another post, Musk asserted that Trump's signature tariffs would push the US into a recession later this year. Besides Tesla, Musk's business include rocket company and government contractor SpaceX and its satellite unit Starlink. Musk, whose space business plays a critical role in the US government space program, said that as a result of Trump's threats, he would begin decommissioning SpaceX Dragon's spacecraft. Dragon is the only US spacecraft currently capable of sending astronauts to the International Space Station. Really? That is interesting. That is a problem. That is a huge problem. Why NASA let it get that way? The privatization of space doesn't absolve the government of the responsibility of having a space program. And what about Blue Origin and all these other rocket, but they're all startups, I guess. Let's keep going. Hours later, Musk appeared to reverse that move. responding to a follow on X urging Musk and Trump to cool off and take a step back for a couple of days. Musk wrote, "Good advice. Okay, we want to decommission Dragon." Really? That's how you make decisions like that? Just like, we're gonna decommission Dragon? Nah, it's cool. We won't decommission Dragon anymore. It's crazy. In another possible sign of de-escalation on Thursday evening, Musk separately posted, "You're not wrong," in response to hedge fund manager Bill Ackman saying Trump and Musk should make peace. Okay, and here there's a graph showing the shares of Tesla sliding as you know, when Trump hits back at Musk over spending bill. Musk was upset because the bill takes away tax benefits for EV purchases, Trump says. So here we have the graph of the stock trade, right? Of the stock market showing uh, the price of Tesla stock over time as this path went on. So it starts at 325, and then by around 323, I mean it dipped. You know how it goes. It dips and ups. But around the 320, just above maybe 322 mark, Trump started speaking on Musk's opinion and spending bill on the spending bill, meaning that is when he decided to start hitting back, and it went all the way down to 305, where Musk said Trump would have lost the election without him. Then he kept going, kept going down. Trump, and at the 295 mark, Trump suggests terminating U.S. government contracts for Musk's companies and all his subsidies, and it kept going down, and it closed at the 285 mark. So this is the I saw. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna have time to go through the whole article, but I saw Elon like tweet post. Wow, what? I mean, talk about killing the branding. But yeah, post Kill Bill, like the movie, and I was like, what? And then it was clever, clever. That was clever. So Kill Bill. So basically, Musk is trying to, after he bought the presidency, as his own, as evidenced by himself, claiming that Trump wouldn't win without his help. Though I disagree personally, I disagree with that. But after buying the presidency, he wants what he paid for. He paid for that so that he would have, he got Dodge. And maybe that was Trump's way of like throwing a bone. Like, here, go, you can cut budget and this and that. But I mean, at the end of the day, he wants to recoup his money, right? So, and he figures the best way to do that is like government subsidies, more government subsidies, of course, more government subsidies. So, even before Musk's departure from the administration last week, his influence has waned following a series of clashes with cabinet members over his cuts to the agencies. This is what I'm talking about. For Trump, the fight was the first major rift he has had with the top advisor since taking office for a second time, after his first time was marked by numerous blow-ups. That is true. I mean, in the first term, there were numerous public blow-ups. People in his camp that were like mutiny. They were going against him. This time, it's been mostly smooth sailing, at least within the camp. We can talk about outside the camp, but within the camp, it's been mostly smooth sailing. Uh, I'm just gonna leave you for a second, guys. Enjoy some tunes. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
This AI tool will take your create a book, completely design, lay out everything, including the content, in a few minutes. So use the designer, which will pull content from your blog, Google Doc.
What? How long have I been muted? See, this is the thing about. This is why I need audiences. An audience would have told me that, but they. Sorry to the people watching this later. I had no idea my mic was muted. But let me say this: politics and economics do not mix. Yes, there are lobbyists. Lobbyists, lobbyists exist. They have always existed. They will probably always will. They're not a bad thing. They represent actual interest of businessmen within the nation, within the constituency. So it's not like it's bad having them. But having a businessman in office is problematic, especially if he has the power to like do away with agencies and institutions that are there to supervise his business dealings. It's a loaded game. It's a joke. But moving on, we spent way too much time on this article anyway. Gonna have to work on that. We're supposed to go over like 5 articles to the hour, and it's like so far we've only went through one. But I think it's the same thing though, right? Another article, this is from New York Times. Maybe let's just read it roughly. Trump and Musk alliance crumbles amid public threats and insults. Yeah, it's mostly the same thing. Talking to their respective social media platforms, everybody's got their own social media platforms. This is cool. Trump threatened to cut Musk's government contracts, while Musk said that Trump would not have won in November without him. Again, so this is the leverage, or at least the end game. This is the end game for each side. This is the end game for each side. One side, Trump wants Musk's government contracts and subsidies gone. Musk wants Trump out of office. Or, at the very least, he wants his bill that is going to back his EVs, tax credits. He wants his tax credits back. So, yeah, the sell off. Yeah, again, it's mostly the same thing. Nothing new on this article. Again, the Epstein thing. New York Times, it's kind of boring after I've read the BBC. Let's see, what does the CNN have to say about all this? So the CNN, June, this is yesterday. An extraordinary public feud erupted today between President Donald Trump and his one-time ally, Elon Musk, with the president saying he was very disappointed with the tech billionaire for criticizing his massive tax and spending cuts package and floating the idea of terminating his company's contracts. Yeah, nothing new. There's really nothing new. It's the same thing. It's the basically, if I could break it down, it's the big beautiful bill, right? And Trump's problem with that. Now, Trump says that no, Musk says that it's gonna add 2 to 3 billions to the national debt. Maybe it will. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but I'm more. If I was a betting man, and I kind of am, I'm willing to bet that he's more concerned about the tax credits for his EVs. You know, especially now that he's out of Doge. So he's back to business as usual. He's got to focus more of his energy on the cars. And now you're telling him basically his cars have lowered in price automatically, right? And lowered in demand. So yeah, so there's that, and then there's the he wants Musk wants Trump impeached. Trump wants him gone out of the subsidies. There's the Epstein thing, he says he was in Epstein, but apparently Trump already released the files with his own name in it, so he's like he's got nothing to hide. But my question is, why bring little X around Trump so much if you think this guy is a bad guy, and why only speak about this after you've had a spat? Like what? What are you talking about? Okay. And him saying, without him, Trump would have lost the election, which I disagree heavily with that. I think Musk just bet on the right horse. Was he helpful? I'm sure. I'm sure his money went a long way, but he wasn't very helpful in his image. That's for certain. Trump. Uh, I'm sure that. I mean, Musk even pissed off most of the Silicon Valley bros. They were booing him on stage. I remember the Dave Chappelle thing, so it's not like brought him a lot of good press. Money, yeah, for sure. Again, this is from Forbes, giving us a whole time on June 5, 426. Mm. Musk endorsed on you. Wow. Yeah, and then there was the threat to decommission SpaceX. He backed. He backed down on. Come, this. Why? What are you doing? I mean, that's grounds right there for Trump, just like on some national security thing, taking control of SpaceX. I would have done it. He can't be trusted at this point. And you're in business with China. Take Tesla too. Plus, again, the fraud. He's got a lot of class action lawsuits levied against him. Musk, that is. Yeah, man. So that's we're coming up, of course. We're creeping up on the 1 hour mark, which is where I want to end this stream for today. I think I'm gonna hop onto some other panels, if so you can catch me there, guys. But I think I'll see you again later. I'm gonna fire up another stream later. I'm getting the hang of this thing, and so yeah, man, I'm here to stay. Peace out, and enjoy some of the music. And hey, you know what? Just for the last 3 minutes, I'm gonna ask you to join me in a workout in the morning. It's not a workout; it's just like a warm up. Let's say it's a better term, a morning warm up. So get ready, and I'll see you on the ground, getting to it. Give me a second. We're gonna finish this off with some push-ups. We will do this, so good morning. Some good morning push-ups. Yeah, got it. One. Peace, suckers.